How about the Wossman band there? Pretty impressive. West Monroe looking to get back into rhythm after a tough road loss to Catholic. In fact, the Rebs just happy to be home after a 3-week road swing. Odd year for the Mighty Rebels this year, just 4 total home games. Tonight, playing host to Scotlandville. This is pretty darn cool. Coach Easterling and Rebel legend Barkevius Mingo, the honorary captains, looking to bring the Rebels some luck. They know a thing or two about that field. Rebels beat the Hornets the past 2 seasons. Let's see if they can make it 3 in a row. Get off to a great start. Booby Miles right up the middle. Touchdown. Next drive. Here come the Rebs. Christian Pawnee bangs in from short yardage. Rebs jump all over Scotlandville, and they're far from being finished. Rebs on the move again. Miles running so hard, refuses to go down until he crosses the goal line. Kevin Davis wanted to see how his team would respond after the Bears loss. Of course, they got a big showdown against Ash next week. How about the passing attack? Ryder Dejan going deep. Trez Davis with the catch, slams on the brakes. Look at this move. Woo! What a play by the junior. West Monroe runs by Scotlandville, 50-0. They had some technical problems getting highlights from West Washita and Caldwell. The Chiefs had no issues. They roll. Big showdown next week as they travel to Franklin Parish. West Washita wins 55-13. Of course, they were our team of the week. How about the story up in Bastrop? The Rams were unbeaten in Tank Washington's second season. We're jumping straight to the second quarter against General Trass, and Bastrop's down by 6. Dylan Downs misses the snap, able to recover it and find more. He gets a few yards here. A few plays later, General Trass continues to harass Downs. In fact, they intercept him right here. Demarion Berry comes down. A few plays later, Rams have it back. Trying to get something going here. A.J. Mason has it, finds some running room. He's going to go in for the touchdown. Looks like he's going to tie it up. But, a penalty is going to bring this one back. And this was the stunner of the night. Congratulations to Toriano Wells and General Trass. They go into Strop City and they hand the Rams their first loss of the year. General Trass, 12. Bastrop, 6. How about the annual grudge game? Wossman slugging it out with Carroll. Wildcats 2-2 on the season. Dogs under Marvin Williams, 2-1. Pick this thing up in the second quarter. Quarterback Terrence Long will punch it in to tie the game. Wossman on the move again. Next possession goes deep, and this is a great catch off the deflection. Zion Weeks goes in for the touchdown. Now Wossman up by a score. Third quarter, Wildcats trying to get a little breathing room. They fake the punt, and Neville transfer. Jakeem Reitzel goes 55 yards to the house. Still got a ball game. Carroll trying to fight their way back into this on a 4th down, but Wossman wins by 5. Your final, 20-15.